Hello and welcome back to the third episode of the Founder Sandwich. I'm Fabian, I'm from Station, I'm your host today. We're at TQ, Techquartier, and this is a cooperation between Station and Techquartier. And we introduce to you the most interesting and new founders of the region. Today I have Maria from Talking Hands with me. They are a brand new or like a very successful inclusion tech startup. They produce flipbooks for children to learn sign language or to support the communication while they cannot speak yet. Maria, I'm very happy that you're here. You're one of the co-founders from Talking Hands. You're the CEO. With you there is Jakob and there is Laura. Laura is creating all the art which is in the books. And Jakob, he's basically your new CTO since a couple of months now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Very happy that you're here. We just dive right into it. I mean, you were founded 2019, so you're pretty new, but you already won like a lot of prizes. So you basically started from nothing, and now you're in the papers, in TV, always on LinkedIn. So what's your networking secret, if you have one?
Well, the thing is, when we really started, COVID started as well. So networking was kind of primarily online. But I think what we did was try to always kind of be there and create awareness for our mission and try to get into the papers, try to get into TV.
And I mean, I think maybe one reason for your success is that you decided to build a startup, a company in an business area that's very relevant and also kind of unique.
Well, we looked at the problem that children who can't speak yet have in their day-to-day life. So it's children who have Down syndrome or children who have autism or children who come from families that haven't learned German yet at home. And all those kids can't communicate in their daycares or schools. One possibility to make sure they can communicate is teaching them sign language. We looked at the material that was out there for sign language for children, and nothing seemed super exciting or interesting. We wanted to make sure to find something that would make the whole learning process fun for everyone.
Well, I do think you did a very fantastic job. I mean, I can show this to the camera now. They look really nice, you know. This is the flipbook for dad. And how many words do we have by now?
We have 130.
Now, as you know, or as you might know, we always have some kind of an interaction or creative part for our guests on the couch. Last time, Fong from I've Won had to explain blockchain with Lego. We thought, I thought maybe you're the artist, but it's Laura, right, who is drawing the books.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, would be nice to maybe if you draw the 4 or 3 most important situations of your founding story or success moments, on paper, and then just shortly explain to us why they were so important for you and what happened there. Okay, I can tell that it's about an award, probably. Yeah. I mean, you can tell it's two girls.
This is Laura because she never wears dresses. So we did win a couple of awards. That's the award, and that's Laura and me.
Nice. So what was the first award that you won?
It was the ADC Art Directors Club Award.
Is it a regional or a national thing?
That's a national thing in the design scene. It's not got anything to do with the startup scene.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, wait! Don't give it away. Give me a chance to.
This is the printer, and these are our flipbooks, and these are the boxes that our flipbooks are stored in, because for the first edition of Talking Hands, Laura and I, we kind of just took all the money we had from our personal bank accounts and put them into this first edition that I think we got it in in 2020, right before Christmas, and then we had like a lot to do with packing everything up and sending it away. But this was kind of a monumental thing. It was our first edition, and it was 10,000 flip books. Oh. So we printed 100 flip books for each word or each sign.
Give a hand to Maria for drawing. You know, they also won the design award, believe it or not. All right, so Maria, now you know the most important part, what sandwich to make. This is actually a premiere for us because it's the first vegan sandwich, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I said because the pressure is not only on me then, you know, to create a good sandwich, you know, either one of us we're doing one each. Please go ahead, take some bread, and you can hand over some for me as well. Okay. Just give me 2 already. You're a first-time founder, you got financing. How is the organization, you know, like, you know, you're growing, you have an intern, you have how many employees by now?
Well, we have 3 interns, we're 3 co-founders, and we have 1 marketing support woman. Mm-hmm.
So how is it for you?
So we're 7 people.
Yeah.
So it's very weird to kind of manage people when you have never
and you're
done that
in a
before.
leadership position now, huh? So
yeah.
How is that?
Weird.
Weird? Yeah?
Yeah. We try to kind of be like more like a team and not have like the founders and then the interns. So the interns get really, you know, we tell them, okay, you need to work on that project. Mm-hmm. And they have no clue how to do that, and we sometimes have no idea because we've never done it before. Everything's so new. All
right, so sandwiches in the oven. Mm-hmm. So now it's time for the ecosystem questions with Sarah from Techquartier, and then I'll be back, you know, asking some very difficult outro questions, and then you're done.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah, Techquartier's Ecosystem Manager, and I'm happy to be on the couch with you, Maria, today. And I'm going to ask you some questions that we received from people in our ecosystem. So the first one, because we haven't met in person, it's the first time we meet, but I've read a lot about you on social media. Yeah, and I've also seen on social media that you have donated some flip books to refugees that came to Germany because of the war in Ukraine.
Sometimes kids here in Germany, they come into kindergartens, they can't communicate because they hadn't learned the language at home. Yep. And then we knew all the families that now come to Germany and stay with guest families, or the kids that are now going into the kindergartens or schools, they don't know any German or any English. And of course the sign language also is different in Ukraine. But in this instance, it wasn't about teaching kids sign language, it was about teaching kids ways to communicate with their hands. Yep. And to make it possible for them to say if they're hungry, if they're thirsty, if they're missing their parents, if they want to sleep. So it was all about like the basics that you need to give kids a chance to do that.
Nice, yeah. And has there been any like startup from the region that has supported you along your way, or maybe has inspired you? Is there anyone you can think of?
I mean, Emma is a big startup here from Frankfurt, and the 2 founders actually helped us right from the beginning. We met them 2 years ago, and they were kind of our mentors. So they've really helped.
Has it always been a flip book? Like, where did you get your idea from? And also from the design, because it's nice, like vibrant colors and minimal features from the characters. Where did this idea come from?
This actually started out as Laura's graduation project. Okay. And she chose this particular project because her sister has Down syndrome, and kids with Down syndrome, they also learn speaking much later than other kids. So Laura just wanted to create something that would help with that process, and I guess the flipbook just came to mind because it's the only medium that's not digital but still shows movement.
Yeah, yeah, clever. Very nice, and now it helps a lot of children to learn science. Very cool. Last question is, maybe, I don't know, can you give us a peek? Like, will it stay a flip book, or are you thinking of like a next level flip book or something else? What's going to come next for you and Talking Hands?
We're working on our Talking Hands app right now, because what we learned from kitas and schools and parents who work with our flipbooks already was that they kind of also want to have a digital version, so if they're on the go and they want to find out a word, they can't, take the whole flipbook collection with them. And that'll also give us the opportunity to make many, many more signs, because, at some point we'll have to stop producing the flipbook. Not producing, but broadening the flipbook collection, because who can have 500 flipbooks?
Yeah. Thanks, Maria. That's it for today's questions from the ecosystem. And I think now we'll give you your 30-second slot where you can send your message out to the ecosystem.
Okay, so here's my 30-second slot in flipbook style. Hi everybody, I'm Maria from Talking Hands, and we're always looking for motivated people to join our team. So if you're good at design or good in business, or generally just really excited about startups and want to learn a lot, just give us a call or write us an email, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, here we go. One sandwich. You can also try mine if you want to, huh? So I have less avocado on it.
Yeah, that one looks better.
Yeah.
But
okay, let's have a bite first, and then we continue the sandwich.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. As an outro, Sarah already asked you, okay, so where do you see, Talking Hands going? Then if you broaden maybe the picture, do you see in general that there is an improvement in the last years regarding inclusion or inclusiveness in our society?
I think there's an improvement when it comes to awareness, and more people are open to hearing about it. But when you just go to the subway station, how many times does the elevator not work? So that would be like, just fix the elevators.
Yeah.
When we try to talk with schools and kindergartens especially, we often do get the reaction from the teachers and also from the parents that they don't necessarily want inclusion in their kindergarten, because they think, there's still so much
work, too much
it's
effort.
too much work, too much effort, or sometimes the parents are afraid that their kids won't learn properly if there's a kid that has a disability with them. So there's still so many wrong thoughts, and also just wrong information out there. I think it's a very old way to think.
It's difficult, I feel very insecure talking about that topic, for example, because I don't even know the right wording, for example, sometimes. What's offensive, what's not offensive, no? How do you frame this? How do you address it? Do you need to address it in some situations? And I'm so happy I can hold something to the camera. If you are a kindergarten, or if you have children that you want to talk to earlier than they even talk, and use the flipbooks, check out the website. It's talkinghands.com or .de?
It's talkinghandsflipbooks.com.
Talking Hands flipbooks. Okay, we put it in the comments.
Long.
Yes, so you can click it. Also, if you're interested to find out more about what's Techquartier doing, if you're interested in a working place here, they have some great startup offices or meeting rooms. Then you can also check out. We put a sign here and click on it. Check out the offers. And if you're interested to get more startup news, then you should definitely subscribe to the Station newsletter. And then you can just click here and find our website. So I would like to say thank you very much for watching the show. Again, I'm very happy for our next episode. We will tease you about who it will be very soon. It's not official yet, so stay tuned. I say thank you, Maria, for joining us in the third episode of the show. Thank you, Sarah, for again collecting the questions from the ecosystem. And again, best of luck also with the moving and the new office. We keep our fingers crossed everything works out fine. And see you next time.